справился с этой угрозой, с пандемией коронавирусной инфекции и продемонстрировал затем всему миру, что можно успешно с этим бороться. Я хочу вас поздравить, уважаемые.
More safe here.
I think we're quite safe.
The situation is controlled and it's okay.
I think there's no place I'd be happier right now, actually. Yeah, China handled it so well. I look at the rest of the world, I'm so thankful. I wouldn't have a job if I was at home.
Every day I'm just more thankful that I stayed in China and didn't go back home. The UK is a mess right now.
最安全的国家呢？近期国外疫情蔓延状况日益严重，而疫情最先爆发的中国，很多人认为最不安全的国家，在现在看来反而是最安全的地方。疫情爆发后，中国当机立断，采取了多种防护措施，防止病毒的传播。成千上万个医护人员立马就奋战到了第一线当中，火神山、雷神山医院拔地而起，感染者的所有的医疗费用都由国家来承担。老百姓要配合的配合，要隔离的隔离，做到了全民自律。14亿人口的大国，这么大规模的疫情，这么迅速得到了控制，恐怕只有中国才能做到。难怪现在大家都赞叹一位世卫组织官员说的话：如果我感染了，希望我能在中国。
To deal with it is actually amazing. When the shit hits the fan, they quarantine. They take temperatures. They close down schools. They close down public transportation. They're looking at life.
The current situation is very good. I think the government is doing a really good job here. I think they were much quicker to react and to do testing. It's much better here.
当外国人看到中国是抗疫支援
Other countries were going to lockdown. China managed to get the virus under control quite quickly, and our lockdown was lifted, and soon we were allowed to go out again. The streets here in China were packed with people. It was busy everywhere. But my friends and family in other countries were going through the struggles that we had already been through here in China. So this difference was really a big difference, and it was quite difficult for me to see. And for that reason, I was super happy to be in China.
我们在机场还要做一次新冠检测，然后去酒店隔离14天。
我说的新冠疫情才对，是全世界最有可能。
我们到隔离酒店了，这里的工作人员在给大家的心理消毒。他们送了2个星期的水，还有很多纸、肥皂，还有4双拖鞋。这房间一个晚上是370人民币，包3个餐。我觉得价格还可以，很值。他们专门处理我们的垃圾，
每天来测2次体温。每个星期还要做1次核酸检测。
总的来说，这次回中国，我真的会感觉到中国和美国在防疫上真的有很多区别。比如说，在美国机场，除了要求大家戴口罩，他们基本上都不管。一直有美国人在网站说中国能控制疫情的新闻都是假的，这个疫情没有办法控制。那些美国人完全想不到中国防疫有多严格。所以我真的要感谢所有的工作人员。
甚至在我梦里，祖国已多年未亲近。
muovere da una città all'altra. Invece ora, com'è la situazione qui in Cina? Ciao a tutti amici, io sono Rachele, oggi qui in Cina inizia la festa del Qingming, ci sono 3 giorni di ferie. Oggi mi trovo nella provincia dello Sichuan, nella città di Chengdu. In questi giorni ho la fortuna di essere in questa città e in un periodo in cui all'estero da noi non ci si può muovere ancora da una città all'altra, da un paese all'altro, qui ci sono un sacco di persone, moltissime persone hanno scelto di venire ancora a Chengdu per viaggiare. Pensate che dietro di me ci siano molte persone, ma perché non avete visto ancora questa parte? Cioè non so se si riesce a vedere dal video, ma veramente ci saranno 3.000 persone. Assurdo.
Virus. The city of Wuhan has started to disinfect the entire city. This is what's happening.
人事消毒现在开始。
pretty damn intense. While Wuhan is under actual quarantine, places like Beijing and the whole country, people are basically voluntarily staying indoors. People are keeping an eye on each other because the roads are closed too. You're not supposed to leave at all. So the neighbors are keeping an eye on their neighbors to see if anybody's breaking the rules. Set up people that are stopping outsiders from coming in. This guy's literally holding down the fort. People have stocked up on food. They stocked up on food 2.5 weeks ago. Watching my Chinese social media feed has been an experience in watching a whole country of people slowly go mad. They can't leave the house. They are incredibly bored. And really what I've been struck by is these people who are in an unimaginably horrible situation, just finding ways to keep a good sense of humor and get through it. They have to find all sorts of ways that they can interact with each other.
كثيرا حول هذا الموضوع، حول تحليل ما هو سر النجاح التي وصلت إلى ما تريد. هو شعب مكافح بنى كل ما يملكه اليوم بالكفاح وليس بالاحتلال أو بغيره.
Actually, it's going to open up and you'll be able to see a really, really beautiful view right behind me, and you'll see that red tower there that we started the conversation at. There was a case that popped up in Qingdao. 12 cases. Locally contracted, so it's a big worry. They don't really know exactly where it came from. So what does Qingdao do? They test 9 million of the Qingdao residents. This country is going, well, I don't want to say they're going above and beyond. They're doing what has to be done. And other countries who might be suffering this are suffering it sort of needlessly out of their own mismanagement.
不让我说话，他们先说了别回来。他们来过中国，他们看过这的情况怎么样？他们毫不怀疑中国有能力处理好这个问题。
这期间，市民群众积极配合，齐心协力，最终引来城市。
生气，为什么生气呢？因为我的国家在抗击病毒方面做的好像没有其他国家多，英国好像没有充分利用中国为世界争取的宝贵时间，没有采取必要的防控措施来控制疫情蔓延。现在，除非是重症患者，英国不再检测每一个有疑似症状的人，没有关闭学校，没有推进零接触的措施。英国好像没有注意到中国为防止病毒传播所做的事情，不知道英国为什么没有这么做。英国专家说了，很多人感染能产生herd immunity 群体免疫力，意思是英国愿意让很多人得病是吗？那我一听到这个 herd immunity 这个方法，我个人就觉得我国家已经放弃了。我是英国人，我生气，我担心我爸妈，我担心我家人。
For models that work, and can we apply those models to a larger country like the United States? So, many people say Italy and Korea, yes, have their numbers, but they can't necessarily be applied to America. Is that true or not? Or is there a model that does seem to work and should be followed for everybody?
We're like the part of China, Hubei province, where a lot of the cases were in one city, Wuhan. And the US and China are different. The lockdowns that we do won't be as strictly enforced, but they are very, very important. The way we do contact tracing won't be as invasive, and so won't be quite as perfect. But it is very good news that China, although they're maintaining a lot of measures, they are not seeing a rebound. They're not seeing cases coming back, even though they are sending people back to the factories and sending people back to schools. And, so thank goodness if we're seeing a big rebound there.
China has had enormous success in beating down its epidemic.
We don't know what's going to happen when China tries to reopen its economy and let people go back to the factories and back to the subways and back to offices and restaurants and everything else. We don't know what's going to happen, and they're going to do it in a very slow, graduated way, but they have been in lockdown all this time. But we see the drone shots from these cities and think, ooh, lockdown, looks terrible, there's no traffic on the street. That's not the point of what they did. They had to do that in order to introduce the measures they were going to take. They were actually going to fight the epidemic.
ONU y les ha visto cómo trabajan. De hecho, están construyendo un hospital en un tiempo récord.
Sí, bueno, es que si hay algún país ahora mismo capacitado para enfrentar esa amenaza es China. Es decir, China tiene equipos totalmente estructurados con una disciplina ya no militar, sino simplemente una disciplina. Llevan muchos años, es un país muy grande que tiene mucha experiencia médica. Entonces ahora mismo, si esa misma emergencia hubiera ocurrido en Europa, no estaríamos hablando de lo mismo. Estaríamos hablando de muchas más víctimas. Entonces, lo que yo tengo claro y lo que mucha gente tenemos claro es que si hay un equipo técnico preparado en el mundo para enfrentar un virus de este tipo, eso tiene que estar en China.
斯坦主要是从中国的3家公司购买了超过3000万例患重病毒疫苗。虽然呢是购买的，但是我们也是买中国的，因为在这次疫情中啊，没有哪个国家可以跟中国相比。中国力量啊，已经逐渐的成功这个世界的主角。
From having the vaccine. Now let me tell you something. Now. China has vaccinated 100 million people in 5 days. Was this impressive achievement announced on Western media? On any Western media? Was this on their headlines that China vaccinated 100 million people in 5 days? No, it wasn't. They're too busy, too concerned, accusing and attacking other countries. Instead of just concentrating on your own country at home, like the UK and America, look at the state of what's going on in your country. Stop accusing other countries and concentrating on their business. Sort out your own affairs first in your own country, please.